Singapore Sentosa Beach is closed after oil spill from ship collision at Pasir Panjang Terminal. Connecticut-sized dead zone expected to emerge in Gulf of Mexico, potentially killing marine life, NOAA warns. EU needs cheaper energy and better industrial policy to compete, Draghi says.
North Korean cyberattacks on Brazilian fintech firms exposed. FTC data shows major increases in cash payments to government impersonation scammers. ZKTeco biometric system found vulnerable to 24 critical security flaws.
Finland will host a NATO land command and troops. Putin claims he did not plan to storm Kyiv in 2022. G7 says Russia should pay almost $500 billion to Ukraine in compensation of damage.
Zelensky arrives in Switzerland as 92 countries confirm peace summit attendance. Switzerland receives 100 state guests for summit on peace in Ukraine. BRICS leaders not to attend conference on Ukraine in Switzerland, as Ukraine struggles to court Global South before Swiss summit. Putin discloses he spoke with Obama amid 2014 coup in Ukraine. 10 years ago, it had been reported as Vladimir Putin and Barack Obama engage in war of words over Ukraine.
Justice Department announces anticipated distribution of at least $940 million to victims of state-sponsored terrorism in 2025.
Undercover Israeli spies posed as Palestinians and lived in Gaza near hostages to plot daring rescue mission. Hamas official says no one has any idea how many Israeli hostages are still alive. Hamas armed wing says Israeli airstrike killed 2 hostages in Rafah.
24. Japan, NTT, ONTSU, Mitsubishi UFJ. Hong Kong, China Tower, Bach, ICBC. UK, Lloyds, Barclays, Vodafone. USA, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple. This list is not an investment advice.
Zelensky rejects Putin's Hitler-like ultimatum for truce, drop its NATO bid, as Putin offers ceasefire if Ukraine exits Russian-claimed areas and drops NATO bid. Kyiv calls proposal absurd. Putin says almost 7,000 Russian troops fighting in Ukraine. Kiev to get $1.5 billion from frozen Russian assets in July, and Putin denounced freezing of Russian assets as theft, which will not go unpunished.
In Germany, a residence permit revoked because of Hitler picture in WhatsApp status. In France, the new left-wing coalition condemns the terrorist massacres of Hamas on October 7th. U.S. says Houthis seek allies and bid to upend global shipping. Bloomberg analyst predicts July 2nd launch for spot Ethereum ETF. Taiwan crypto advocacy body becomes formally active with 24 entities, 94% of central banks considering wholesale CBDCs, says BS.
EU Commissioner announces EU will match Russia's ammunition production in 2025. Russia may store 100 nuclear warheads in Kaliningrad Oblast, Polish FM claims. Russia withdrawing from protocol to Transboundary Air Pollution Convention.
EU member states greenlight Ukraine. Moldova negotiating frameworks. Bridges, not walls. Vatican says maintaining diplomatic ties with Russia is important. Pope Francis tells G7 that humans must not lose control of AI. As Pope Francis urges ban on lethal AI weapons in historic G7 speech, Stanford's top disinformation research group collapses under pressure. Microsoft delays controversial recall feature for Copilot Plus PCs. FAA investigating how counterfeit titanium got into Boeing and Airbus jets. Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 plunged within 400 feet of ocean near Hawaii. China overtakes U.S. in global car sales for the first time. Apple punishes women for same behaviors that get men promoted. Lawsuit says, worker fired for pregnancy sues Elon Musk's Neuralink after scratches from herpes monkey. Wells Fargo fired a dozen people accused of faking keyboard strokes. Moscow partially flooded by torrential rainfall. Ron DeSantis cuts stormwater flooding funding amid Florida deluge.
There's an AI candidate running for parliament in the UK. Wrestling legend Hulk Hogan reveals stance on potential run for office. I know right from wrong, brother. In France, crisis at LR, as the exclusion of Eric Ciotti from the presidency, suspended by the courts. Chimpanzees understand that they are sometimes relying on luck when making guesses, research suggests. Montana photographer captures, mind-blowing, images of rare white bison reportedly born at Yellowstone, as Yellowstone visitors hope to glimpse rare white buffalo from Native American prophecy. 23 sets of twins graduate from a single Massachusetts middle school.
Sonos privacy policy change suggests it might sell your data. Google faces GDPR complaint over Privacy Sandbox, as Austrian group accuses Google of tracking users on Chrome browser. Mozilla has restored access to extensions to bypass blocking in Russia.
World Bank boosts forecast. Strength of U.S. economy will support global growth of 2.6% in 2024. U.S. business travel industry responsible for almost 2% of U.S. GDP and 3.5% of employment in latest full-year figures. Donald Trump's income tax cut would cost average family $5,000, claims an economist. Recently, in CEO meeting, Trump promised more tax cuts.
New Zealand tourists offered visa-free access to China, triggering a surge in China-related online searches. Taylor Swift's London Eras tour could delay Bank of England rate cut, analysts say. In Russia, inflation accelerating to 8.3% in May 2024, as per statistics, and Russian Statistical Service confirms GDP growth by 5.4% in Q1 2024. Former head of NSA joins OpenAI board. OpenAI taps veteran of Nextdoor and Square as new CFO, dismisses IPO speculation. Reuters reported that Pentagon ran secret anti-vaccine campaign to undermine China during pandemic.
iOS 18 gains emergency SOS live video support. Vocal shortcuts will let you create voice triggers for any command without saying Siri. Moto tag item tracker appears on certification website. South Africa set for new coalition government as the late Nelson Mandela's ANC is forced to share power, as South Africa's President Ramaphosa is re-elected for second term after a dramatic late coalition deal. Italy accused of scrapping safe abortion guarantee from G7 declaration, and Italy denies removing LGBTQ and abortion references from G7 declaration. Polish government plans 7.6% minimum wage rise in 2025. In the UK, fury as Nigel Farage brands Putin clever and says Ukraine should negotiate. Nigel Farage says he is leader of the opposition after Reform UK poll boost. Nobody knows how to deal with Nigel Farage, says former Labour strategist.
Alito says he's sure Congress wanted to ban a rapid-fire gun device, but sided with the ruling to overturn the ban anyway, as U.S. Supreme Court rejects Trump-era ban on bump stocks, gun accessory from Vegas massacre. Johnson says House will go to court for Biden recordings, after Department of Justice says it won't prosecute Attorney General Garland. Trump attributes presence of Russian ships at the port of Havana to Biden's weakness.
Donald Trump's case against state of Georgia to be spotlighted in BBC feature documentary. Catherine, Princess of Wales, making good progress against cancer, and is set for first public appearance in months. Prestigious Emirati education award goes to Israeli professor.
R.E.M. plays first public performance in years at Songwriters Hall of Fame induction. Wheel of Fortune's Pat Sajak officially passes hosting baton to Ryan Seacrest with Vanna White. Charles Barkley says he will retire from TNT after next season, complicating Warner's NBA bid.
Kieran Culkin says he didn't know what Home Alone was about while filming. Benicio del Toro cast in new Paul Thomas Anderson movie with Leonardo DiCaprio. Anthony Bourdain's Bloody Chef graphic novels Get Jiro receives series treatment at Adult Swim. U.S. submarine pulls into Guantanamo Bay a day after Russian warships arrive in Cuba. Vietnam seeks to gradually expand security, defense ties with U.S. As China ties deepen, Malaysia's Anwar Ibrahim says, geopolitics is no zero-sum game. Medical data firm Tempus AI rises after $410.7 million IPO. AI chatbot popularity surges among U.S. students, teachers. As per a survey, Pixart teams up with Getty Images to offer chimerically safe, AI-generated art. Russia, Iran boost trade turnover by 48% in Q1 2024. Turkey 90% likely to cede second NPP project in Sinop to Russia. North Korea building roads, walls inside demilitarized zone, announces Yonhap.
2,500-year-old slate containing drawings of battle scenes and Palea alphabet discovered in Spain. Astronomers discover an Earth-sized exoplanet orbiting a nearby ultracool dwarf star. Physicists confirm quantum entanglement persists between top quarks, the heaviest known fundamental particles. One more drop in the AI ocean. Nematron 4-340b, Instruct. Nematron 4-340b, Instruct is a large language model, LLM, that can be used as part of a synthetic data generation pipeline to create training data that helps researchers and developers build their own LLMs. It is a fine-tuned version of the Nematron 4-340b base model, optimized for English-based single and multi-turn chat use cases. It supports a context length of 4,096 tokens. The base model was pre-trained on a corpus of 9 trillion tokens consisting of a diverse assortment of English-based texts, 50+ natural languages, and 40+ coding languages. Under the NVIDIA Open Model License, NVIDIA confirms, models are commercially usable. You're free to create and distribute derivative models. NVIDIA does not claim ownership to any outputs generated using the models or derivative models.
Apple App Store for iPhone, top paid games, from 15. June 2024. Minecraft. Heads Up. Papa's Freezeria to Go. Geometry Dash. Balloons TD6. Top paid Android games on Google Play US, 4/15. June 2024. Minecraft. Geometry Dash. Stardew Valley. Balloons TD6. Magic Research 2. Earn to Die. Slay the Spire. Nintendo US Digital Bestsellers, from 15. June 2024. Hogwarts Legacy. Paper Mario. The Thousand-Year Door. Stardew Valley. Overcooked Special Edition. Super Mario Odyssey. Animal Crossing. New Horizons. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe. Minecraft.
From the Netflix Global Top 10 list of June 3 to June 9, 2024. Weekly top lists of the most watched TV in English. Eric, limited series. Geek Girl, Season 1. Bridgerton, Season 3. Dancing for the Devil, The 7M TikTok Cult, Season 1. Sweet Tooth, Season 3. Weekly top lists of the most viewed TV, non-English. Raising Voices, Season 1. Hierarchy, limited series. The Atypical Family, limited series. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, #IRA training arc.
Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global. From the Friday, June 7th to Thursday, June 13th, 2024. Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. Please, 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 Sabrina Carpenter. Birds of a Feather, Billie Eilish. Houdini, Eminem. Million Dollar Baby, Tommy Richman. Gata Only, Floy Menor. Chris MJ, Lunch, Billie Eilish. Too Sweet, Hozier. I Had Some Help, feat. Morgan Wallen. Post Malone, Morgan Wallen.
Number 1 hit and more. YouTube Music Charts. Global Top Songs May 31st to June 6, 2024. Houdini, Eminem. Gata Only, Floy Menor and Chris MJ, Susiki, Shreya Ghoshal. Espresso, Sabrina Carpenter. Beautiful Things, Benson Boone. Sheesh, Baby Monster. Supernova, Aespa. Pedro, Jacksamy, and Argentino Romero, and Rafaela Corra. Magnetic, Illit. Crypto, Streaming, Tech and more. Daily News Digest, the 15th of June 2024.